Here is the finished product for our tree lane plantings we did this spring. And I'll just talk to you a little bit about the ideas behind why we did it the way we did, what our goals for it are. So number one, we planted them very densely. Most of these rows have a tree every 3 feet, which is not feasible when all the trees are full grown, but we're plenty of years away from that. And a lot of the trees we planted we're considering as sacrificial trees. And when in doubt, if say there's an apple tree and a willow tree next to each other and starting to be crowded, the willow tree will go. Not only will that willow tree go, but it'll go in the summer when we have dry weather, our grass is going brown. There'll be green leaves on that willow, and we'll cut it when the herd is here to eat because they love eating tree leaves. They're a really great high protein feed. And with our reliably dry summers, part of the strategy with this tree planting was shade for the grass so that we get less evaporation and the grass can handle deep summer a little better. And then, an option to cut and feed with some of these trees. A few other things to look at. We planted just shy of 30 fruit trees and we got good large stock like this one. Now, it is possible that a goat or sheep could walk right up to that and nip some of the fresh growth off of it. It hasn't happened yet, and they've been in this pen getting close to 24 hours. Our goal with the way we constructed the electric fence is that highest wire, we hoped, just created a visual that, hey, I don't really want to graze too close to that thing. That might get me, so I'm not going to bother trying to munch on this tree. That was our thought behind the design. And so we've got 3 wires where normally our temporary paddocks are 2, but that highest wire, it's not for the animals to stop from jumping, it's to stop them from reaching up and working on these trees as they get taller. So in total, we planted on the order of 420 to 430 trees in a total of 6 rows. All of the ones up here in our main open pasture are 3 foot on center. We have a wetter part of the farm in the southeast part of it that we did 2 rows, and we tried 4 foot and 5 foot spacings down there. The shade wasn't as important down there as it was up here, so this was our main focus with kind of really trying to get trees established where there are none. This spot used to be an old hay field. You can tell it had been, hayed too many times, was in really poor shape when we got it, and we're really excited. We're in year 4 or 5 of kind of recovering, treating it well with grazing the animals, feeding them hay. There are a few spots we've added horse manure to it. We've mowed it. At this point, we're averaging just a mowing once a year, and it's really, really helping as well. And these trees are the next step in really improving this pasture area here. So as for tree species, let's go from fewest number to greatest number. So we did a few oaks, pecans, and we planted around a few existing walnuts that we had planted in a previous year. We'd call those mast trees. When they're 50, 100 years old, they could be an absolutely massive tree. We don't need to plant very many of those. Next were fruit trees, mostly apple and pear with a few plum. I think it was 29 in total fruit trees, and they were spaced somewhere between 18 feet and 21 feet apart, either from another fruit tree or from one of those oak or pecans, so that they have plenty of space. And then there were some locusts, both honey locust and black locust. They're an aggressive growing fodder tree that we're excited to try. They were the more expensive of the fodder trees we bought. That's why we didn't do many. We did 20 honey and 20 black. Then we did a little over 100 hybrid willow. You can get those on, root them from cuttings very easily, so they were less than $1 a tree to get those going. So got a lot of willows. And then we planted somewhere between 150 and 200 red alder. Those are a nitrogen fixing native to Western Oregon. and we're really excited about those. We also got them for free from an initiative by a hardwood company, Northwest Hardwoods, that's trying to promote the planting of more hardwoods so that in the end result, there'd be more hardwood availability for lumber products like furniture, flooring, etc. So we've got a lot of alder in, and we'll be curious about that, if we can manage them in such a way that we limb them up, create nice tall trees, and then in the end they do produce a lumber tree. We'll learn as we go, and plan to do, say an annual follow up on this process to see how they're doing. That's it for the trees. Thanks for coming along. We're gonna go pet some dogs and sheep. They're very happy.
Dot has not moved in the last 10 minutes.
All right, we love you, Ivy. This is your baby tree. Someday when you're a big girl, this is gonna be a big tree. Here's what it looks like right now when Ivy is 3 years old. We'll come back again in 5 years or so and see what this looks like.